Welcome back. In this episode, we look at facts and opinions. Hi, boys and girls. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to differentiate between statements of fact and opinions and formulate statements of facts or opinions. Read the scenario below, then discuss the questions that follow with a classmate. Two friends, Roy and Mark, were having a conversation about football. Roy stated that his favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo. He shared that Cristiano Ronaldo is a Portuguese player who wears number 7 on his jersey. Mark replied, "That's true. I heard it in a football documentary once." He then shared that his favorite footballer is Lionel Messi and that he is from Argentina. Both boys listened to each other respectfully until Roy made the following statement. "No other footballer in the world can play like Ronaldo. He is the GOAT." Mark immediately replied with a loud outburst, "Cap! Messi is the best footballer ever." The boys continued to disagree with each other until their football coach intervened. Why do you think the boys began to argue? Why do you think they did not argue about the first statements that each made? Now, in the first part of it, he said what his favorite footballer, that he is a Portuguese player. No debating that. He wears 7 on the jersey. No debating that. And even his friend Mark agrees that he saw that in a football documentary. Then Mark says that his favorite player is Messi. And that Messi is from Argentina. No debating that. But the problem starts when Roy said that he's the GOAT. Ronaldo is the GOAT. And GOAT means greatest of all time. And that is where it started. Okay? So the argument moved into the realm of opinion. Examine the statements below. Some are facts and some are opinions. Can you tell which statements are facts and which statements are opinions? Place a tick beside the statements of fact and an X beside statements of opinion. Share with your friend, classmate, or teacher why you think they are statements of fact or opinion. Rabbits are mammals. Fact. Kittens are cuter than puppies. Opinion. I might not even like kittens. Polar bears need fat to stay warm. Fact. Animals should not live in zoos. Opinion. Some animals, take for example the Jamaican iguana. They have a program, a Head Start program, where they get them from the Hellshire Hills and they start them off there so that they can, grow to a reasonable size so that they can survive on their own when they are replaced in the wild. French fries are tasty. Opinion. Frogs are amphibians. That's a fact. A fact is a statement that can be proven to be true. It can be supported or proven with evidence and is based on numbers, statistics, history, events, research, science, non-fiction texts, photographs, and documentaries. Facts do not change except in case of new findings in research or science or events in history. Usain Bolt is the fastest male sprint athlete. This fact will not change unless someone breaks the world record set by Usain Bolt. Even if someone breaks the record, the fact will remain in historical data that Usain Bolt was once the fastest male athlete. Facts are objective, meaning they are not based on a person's feelings or opinions. Facts help us to understand the world around us and make informed decisions. Opinions, on the other hand, are based on one's point of view, personal belief, judgment, experience, or feelings about something. They are not formed based on any proof or any form of evidence that can be proven true. Opinions are subjective, meaning they are based on people's feelings and not facts. Opinions may differ based on the individual and may change based on a person's experience. Look at the statements below. Usain Bolt is the fastest male athlete over 100 meters. The best Jamaican athlete is Asafa Powell. Statement 1 is a fact. It can be proven based on actual events that have happened in the recent past and therefore can be proven to be true. Statement 2, however, may be argued by others as there are some Jamaican athletes who came before Asafa Powell that others may think are better athletes than he is. There is no certainty or information that can prove this statement to be true. Therefore, it is an opinion. When reading or writing, there are some key words that are used that can help you to differentiate between fact and opinion. Opinions often use the terms probably, prefer, I believe, I think, in my opinion. I am of the view, guess, should, might, I feel, and comparative word forms that include ER or EST, like faster, fastest, etc. Here's an activity for you and your friends to practice using and identifying statements of facts and opinions. You may play in small groups with 2 to 4 players. You will need a die and a small item to make your moves and mark your spot on the board. How to play? Each player places their movers at the start position. Player 1 takes his turn to roll the die and make the moves indicated by the number thrown on the die. If the player lands on the word fact or opinion, he must read a statement from the statement box and say whether it is a fact or opinion. If the player identifies the statement incorrectly, he or she moves back to the starting point. If it is identified correctly, he or she remains on the landing spot and the next player gets his or her turn. Place a tick beside the statements that are already used as you play. If the player lands on any point on the board, he must do what the spot indicates. For example, if the player lands on move ahead or move back, he or she moves extra spots ahead or behind based on the number thrown. So this is what kind of similar to snakes and ladder or ludi. Players continue to take their turns. The first player that reaches the finishing point is the winner. If the statements from the box are finished before the game ends, the player must formulate his or her own statement of fact or opinion, and the other players verify or confirm if they are correct. You may ask your teacher to help you. Evaluate. Read the letter below and identify statements of opinion and statements of fact. Explain why you say each statement is a fact or opinion. Dear Marco, this is my 3rd time visiting Paris. I think it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Paris is the capital of France. Today I walked along the Avenue Champs-Élysées, which is the most famous street in Paris. I think it may be the most famous street in the world. It is lined with beautiful trees, fountains, and flowers. There are shops, theaters, and restaurants, and many sidewalk cafes. Paris is known for its fine French cooking. I noticed on the cafe menu that they served one of the most popular French dishes, escargot, which is snails. In other words, I don't think I'd be trying that. When you think of France, you probably think of the Eiffel Tower. You can see the top of the Eiffel Tower from anywhere in the city. It is almost 1,000 feet tall. When it was built, it was the tallest building in the world. You can walk up the stairs to the top, or you can take an elevator. From the top, you can look across all of Paris. It is an amazing sight. Tomorrow I will be going to the Louvre Museum. It is one of the largest museums in the world. Once it was the French king's palace. Now it is home to some of the most famous artworks in the world. I look forward to seeing the Mona Lisa painting. Have you seen the pictures of it? It was painted over 500 years ago. There have been many poems and songs written about this painting. The woman in the painting has a little half smile. To me, that makes it seem like she has a secret that she isn't going to tell. Yours truly, Uncle Ben. Shantae Barrett. So, in this episode, we looked at facts and opinions. By now, you should be able to differentiate between statements of facts and opinions, and you should be able to create your own statements of facts or opinions. Complete your activity. Take care, and we'll see you in our next episode.